Welcome to another video, Walk on the Wild Side, and I am here in Blackpool. I am on the promenade here. Can you see behind me? We've got the illuminations here, and the illuminations are actually lit up. This is an exclusive, folks, Blackpool Illuminations. They must be testing them. It's a Thursday night, and the sun is just about to touch the horizon. Just look at this. Wouldn't you just love to be here in Blackpool right now? Let's take a closer look. So I'm just across the road from the Lindeen Hotel, and I'm just going to head down onto the seawall and let's have a look at this sunset. Oh, just look at this. Just look at that. The sun is just about to touch down. Where else would you want to be than here in Black? Just look at that. Wow. That looks absolutely gorgeous. I can hear music coming from the Lindeen. I'll just turn away from the sun a second. This is actually the place where I took my famous lightning photograph from 2015. I took it from right here, literally right here. I'll just put it on the screen for you now. Electric Blackpool. Amazing picture of lightning. All happened in a flash. No fakery. It's a real picture, and that picture went on to win the Weather Photographer of the Year award by the Royal Society, the Royal Meteorological Society, 2018. So I'll put a link to that in the description if you want to have a look. But just look at that now. Wow. I mean, there are turbines in the way. The turbines do kind of spoil the view a little bit, but what can you do? The wind turbines. Oh, it just looks amazing. Here's a little look the other way. We've got a few people with the cameras out taking pictures of the sunset here in Blackpool. They don't come much better, do they? But anyway, I'll just turn it around. So yeah, it's a Thursday evening, and what I thought I'd do is just take a little look around here, really. Bit of wonder, like I said, the illuminations are on. They're testing the illuminations, and I think they've got some new ones just up here. I don't think I've seen them before. Let me know what you think. So we're just over there, we've got Sooty. Can you see? Those ones there are Sooty. And just in front of the Lindeen, we've got, can you see Sue there? So that's Sooty show, those ones. And I just want to show you these ones over here. So I'm now just in front of the Funky Towers Hotel, and next door to that is the Casa de Legno. Is that a hotel, that one? Looks quite fancy. It's reflecting the sunset onto the windows. But look at these here. Are these new? I think these are new. They're like aliens. What do you reckon? Look at that there. We're actually seeing the Blackpool Illuminations. And I think that these ones are new. Here. Let me know what you think. But I'll just pan back this way just to show you that the sun is still just see the top end of it. Look at that there. It's just poking up above the horizon. I just thought we'd have a little walk around the promenade, seeing as we've got a nice sunset. I've come out. What's this hotel over here? The Aspire Plab Academy. What do you reckon? That's a funny name, isn't it, for a hotel? What's that all about? I don't know. But next door to that, we've got the Sapphire. That looks quite fancy, doesn't it? All lit up there. Sapphire Hotel. If you've stayed in any of these hotels, let me know. What do you think? I can hear music coming from that one as well. We've got a takeaway next to it as well. We've got a takeaway there, look. Smashed burgers. Sorry, I just had to quickly break away because we're just seeing the very, very last sliver of the sun. Just look at that. That is amazing. It's just disappeared right now. So we've got the Residency Luxury Seafront Living next to the Sapphire Hotel. There's that burger place there. Here we've got the Harper Beach. That's empty, that, isn't it? The Harper Beach. And then we've got the Dutchman, the Beachfront Hotel, Crystals on the Prom. Let me know if you stayed in any of these. That one there has got a name on the top. I'd never noticed that before, you know. It says up there, Ease Terrace. It is quite a grand building, isn't it? It's a little bit like the St Chad's Terrace, you know, back there next to what the Lindy, what they knocked down. That was a terrace. St Chad's, I think it was 1895 or something like that. They're around about the same time as what they opened the tower. But I don't know if you can tell, but the illuminations are starting to light up a bit now. Now that the sun's gone, they're starting to light up a bit. So as it gets a bit darker, we'll get to see them a bit better. I'm going to head up this way. Let's see what else we've got over here. We've got a space there. I believe there was a building there. It looks like a road, doesn't it? But it's not a road. It just looks like somewhere where there was a hotel or something. What do you think? And that leads to Bolton Street. You see around the back, that's Bolton Street. It's like the back alley of the promenade. Rock Shop and Sweets. We've got fish and chips here. Bloody hell, that's motoring, that Lexus. Wow. That was doing some, wasn't it? Anyway, fish and chips, but no name. Just salt and vinegar fish and chips. I don't mind salt and vinegar on my fish and chips, but I absolutely can't stand salt and vinegar crisps. They just burn my mouth. That's the Royal Windsor. Is that open? Doesn't look open to me. What do you reckon? I don't think that looks open. Top Cabaret, late bar. Can't see that happening tonight. The Lichfield Hotel, that's not open, is it? The Hotel Cowley. I think that one's open. Something Magical opening summer 2026. Well, that's interesting. Let's have a look at this one, shall we? Wizards at Work. So they're doing something with this one. I've got a bit to wait yet though. So this is how it looks on a Thursday, just after the sun has gone down. A little bit quiet round here actually, but I bet it'll get a bit lively once we get up here a bit. Seaview Lodge. And next to that we've got what looks like an abandoned hotel or whatever. Oh, look at that. Just look at that entrance there. That is amazing. The entrance. And you can see what they've done next door, how they've made that. And that just looks absolutely amazing. But it's just been abandoned, this building, hasn't it? Anyone fancy a sofa? I remember seeing this on, is it Nightmare Landlords and Nightmare Tenants and Slum Landlords? That building there there was someone in a flat in there and it didn't look very good then. So anyway, we'll carry on past the Manchester. We're now at Manchester Square. This is where Blackpool got its name, of course, when the Spen Dyke ran onto the beach and created the Blackpool from the peaty water. And that's how Blackpool got its name. Is that how Dublin got its name as well? Because Dublin means black pool. This is Lytham Road. We've got the Crispy Cod over here, another fish and chip restaurant. I might try that one sometime. Let's have a look at the Manchester. So this is Lytham Road, and we're actually looking at the tram tracks here. You see the tram tracks there? So those trams, you follow those tram tracks, they go round and down to Hopton Road to where the heritage trams are, you know, the old trams. So hopefully we will see them back out later this year. That's good. They'll be trundling up and down this track again. Anyway, just up here, got a bit of an exclusive for you. They're actually delivering some illuminations just up here. Let's go and have a look, shall we? They're on the back of a wagon up there, look. Just before I do that, I just want to quickly show you the pipes of poo. Now, when I showed that photograph before, you know, the lightning, these pipes of poo were actually lit up from underneath. They were lit up like purple. I'll just show you again. Can you see how they're lit up? But I've not seen these lit up for a long time, and they look really smart when they're lit up. So what these are the venting for the fumes, because I'm stood on top of this mound here that's on top of the sewage treatment works. But no, I've not seen those lit up for a while. So who's in charge of these? United Utilities. Get them lights working again on the poo. Get the lights working on the pipes of poo. So I'm now coming down the hill. Let's go and have a look at these illuminations. Oh, they look quite pretty. Hope they turned the electric off before they put them on this bit anyway. Look, they've turned it off here, but that section there, can you see from the Manchester, they're going all the way down there, the illuminations, and now they're just setting up here. They're going to be putting these look new as well, don't they? What do you reckon? Yeah, so we're just opposite now the Royal Sea Bank there. Hey, I tell you what, Blackpool Council have got some pretty serious equipment, haven't they? Look at these wagons. Yeah, they're getting the illuminations up now. It's a long way to go yet, but they certainly put them up early. Tower's lighting up nicely as well. We've got another wagon now going along the tram tracks, so yeah, it's all going on Blackpool Promenade at the moment, setting up the illuminations. I'm just across now from the Craggy Don. That's the hotel that looks a bit like a Chinese restaurant. What do you reckon? We've got the Blenheim. We're getting a look at all these hotels here. The Blenheim Mount, Vinny's. Let me know if you've stayed at any of these. I'm not too sure if that Vinny's looks open. The Golden Cheval. And just over there we've got the Waverley. Is that a hotel or is that a cafe? I think it's a cafe, isn't it? But I can hear music coming from Mark Kelly's. That used to be the site of Blackpool's oldest house, the Foxhall, right there. They've got a blue plaque on the wall. I've showed it a few times on videos. Yeah, but that's where the Foxhall used to stand, the holiday home of the Tilsley family. And they named the road after them, just behind here, yeah. Pretty quiet in there actually. You can see right into the building. There you go. Bit of an atmosphere in Blackpool. It is pretty quiet, of course, but I kind of like it like this actually, you know. Okay, so I'm now just across from Prime Burger over there on the corner. That's the other £1 burger. And then we've got the Slots of Fun. And this building here, I did a video about it. I think it was here, or maybe on the next block. It's where they had a strip club called the Time Gap. I did do a video about it and it got banned. So the Time Gap was a strip club and you had to go downstairs to get into it, and I'm just wondering where it was. It was either in there or in this one over here. You see where Gaieties is? Might have been this one actually. I went there in the early 90s. I remember going to the Time Gap strip club, and I won't say anything. Oh my goodness. I think it was probably down there. What do you reckon? And you know, I did do a video about it, and the video got demonetized. I can't believe it. The video got demonetized by YouTube. Sticky chocolate limited, they're pretty good, aren't they? A little bit sickly for my liking now. Pat's 10p bingo is shut. I used to remember Thwaites Arcade. Where was Thwaites Arcade? Was it this one here? I don't know, Thwaites Arcade. It's Thwaites Carousel, sorry, it was called. The arcade, yeah, it was one of these. I think it might have been this one, because that one there is still Cox Fun Palace. I used to always go in Thwaites Carousel. Let's have a look at the central pit. It's looking pretty quiet tonight, folks. But just look at that gorgeous sky behind it. Behind the big wheel there, just look at that. Wow. And you know, I don't really go in arcades now. So I don't really take a whole lot of notice of some of these arcades. So I don't really know what they're like now. So let me know in the comments. I better step away from the tram tracks because there's a tram coming. Oh, look at this now. They've actually closed the promenade. Closed the promenade off. Up here, yeah, because they're putting these illuminations up here. How about that? Wow. Another fish and chip place there, the Ocean Basket. We used to have a McDonald's up here, you know, just round the corner here. See, just round the corner used to be a McDonald's. And it made the headlines because Bill Clinton, ex-president, former president of the USA, went in there once when he was attending a Labour Party conference. So the McDonald's was just down there on the side there where that pink building is there. And Bill Clinton went in there. Yeah, so look at this, folks. They've closed off the promenade here and they're putting the illuminations up here. Look at that, amazing. Wow. So they've just shut up the central pier. The time is 9:25 and the central pier is closed. But it's all going on here in Blackpool with the illuminations. Look, there's wagons going all over the place with cherry pickers on, and they've got a cherry picker there. They're putting up those I quite like those ones actually. I think they look really good. I think they spend more money on this bit. But anyway, check it out over here. We've got a couple of police vehicles. It's kicking off in Blackpool. Well, they're just leaving now. Well, it might be fairly quiet, but there's a lot going on. That's a nice photograph there, isn't it? The calendar shot that, wasn't it? With the seed pod things. There is a little bit of wind actually, a little bit of a wind. Let's have a look, see what we've got here. We've got Madden Two Swords. Just over there we've got Happy Days, of course. Here we've got Pyramid Plaza. That used to be Oasis, didn't it? Oasis, that was another arcade that I used to like going in. But the number one arcade for all of us when we were at school in Blackpool, the number one was Barry Noble's Funland. It was the undisputed number one. And if you look down here, down the side, you can get to see Roger Booth's Pride and Joy, the old Bonny Street Police Station, the main building there. 1972 was when that opened. So if you're into brutalist architecture, they are knocking it down. So we won't have that for too much longer, but just look at this now. This looks amazing. You know, with the clear sky and everything, the clear blue sky and the twilight, this is a good time to take pictures of the illuminations. Maybe when it gets a little bit darker, before the sky gets really black, is the best time to take pictures of the illuminations. Looks amazing, doesn't it? Just up here we've got the Golden Mile. It used to be Mr. B's, of course. Mr. B's was quite popular as well. I remember when they used to have rides in there. They used to have, I remember Professor Peabody's as well at the Winter Gardens in the Olympia. They had rides in there as well. The Golden Mile. So like I say, I don't really go in these amusements now. The only one that I do tend to go in, or tend to cut through, is the Coral Island. I've had a few people ask me about the flagship bar. I don't know if you can see, but just over there, just there, is where the entrance to the flagship bar is. We used to go in there as well sometimes, and it's been closed ever since 2020, and I don't think there's any sign of it opening. I think they used to have windows up there for the flagship. I don't know. But I remember going in there once, in the flagship once, and somebody kicked me. Somebody kicked me, yeah. And we had to get security to throw them out. But it's actually looking really quiet, but I'm not surprised because no wonder it's quiet. They've closed the promenade off the traffic. Look at that there, it's absolutely dead. So there'll be a lot more people along here, I suppose. They just tend to just come along here and park up. They'll just park up along here. They'll just park up along here and then they'll go over there to get something to eat from one of these places here. But it's looking dead at the moment. So them closing off the promenade to do the illuminations is seriously affecting trade here, by the look of it. Let's have a little look at the tower. I can hear Abba. Oh, we don't want Abba to get picked up on the thing, do we? Copyright strike, copyright strike. Right, okay, I hope I don't get into trouble for this, but I'm going to walk towards this seagull. See how close I can get. Oh, doesn't that look good? That's a calendar shot right there, isn't it? Can I get closer? He's running, he's off. Oh, I hope that person who had a pop at me for walking towards a seagull in a previous video isn't watching, because he'll probably be onto the RSPB now. Doesn't the tower look absolutely amazing? Wow. Okay, so I've made it up to Blackpool Tower. Just look at that, isn't it absolutely gorgeous? It's lit up in pink, but at the moment I don't know why, so I'll put it on the screen when I find out after, when I'm editing the video, why it's lit up in pink. But doesn't that look absolutely amazing? But I'm going to leave it there now. We got to look at them putting the illuminations up. Hey, that's an exclusive, isn't it? How about that? When did it start the illuminations? It's the end of August, isn't it? Or the beginning of September, so there's a long way to go yet, but they're putting them up tonight. I'm going to leave it there now. Anyway, if you like the video, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and tick the bell for notifications of new videos, and I'll see you again on the next one.